Hello and welcome to the Internet Exposition. If it's your first time listening, welcome back. If you've listened to before, if you haven't been keeping up the last few weeks I've took a break from the standard show and paid respects or homage to YouTubers that inspired me. But that series has officially ended. Now we're back on track. We're back doing the regular podcast. We're back on the standard mode. I have mixed things up just a little bit though. I used to do like the main segment of the show, like in the middle point of the podcast. But I realized while doing that series, it would probably be a little better if I made the main section or the main part that I talk about at the very beginning of the podcast. So from now on, there'll be like a little short intro of me, like introducing myself and the podcast, and then it'll break into the main segment of the show. So whatever the podcast is titled, you're going to get that at the very beginning of the podcast. So if that's all you're interested in, you listen to that part, and then when it breaks into the rest of the podcast, then you click off or whatever, because this podcast is kind of a coming and going party anyway. It's like you don't have to feel obligated to listen to every episode or even all of the episode. You listen to the parts that you want to, and then you just skip around and watch the episodes that you like, and that's kind of it's done that way by design, because like I said, this podcast is designed to feel kind of like a live radio talk show, even though it's not. None of this is live, it's all pre-recorded, but it's supposed to kind of feel that way. So just a few changes there. We're back on track though, back on Internet Exposition. If you don't know what Internet Exposition is, your first time listening maybe, I am Kevin Emery. I'm your host. Internet Exposition is a podcast all about the internet community, YouTube mostly, but I talk about other stuff. And there's going to be a brand new segment at the end of this podcast. I'll talk about here in just a second. It's all about, like I said, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. I talk about news going around on the internet. It's all about the community. I try to keep things positive here. This is not a drama podcast. I don't start talking about YouTubers that are debating against each other, or TikTokers, or whatever they're supposed to be called, that are debating against each other. That's not what this podcast is. So if that's what you're looking for, you're probably in the wrong place. But if you are looking for a place that talks about the news, the community, and talks about the positives of the internet community, then you might just be in the right place, because that's what this podcast, like I said, is all about. At the end of this podcast, I got a brand new segment, like I mentioned a second ago. It will be the esports news segment. I will give you some updates on specific esports, not all of them. This is a segment I've been working on for like pretty much since the beginning of this podcast. I started this podcast. I've been wanting to do this segment, but it's just taken me so much time to kind of get prepared for it. But now I think I'm finally ready to tackle it on. So this will be the first episode where I will be doing that. And also, I'll mention this again at the end of the podcast, but I want to mention it now. If you would like to listen to the podcast via website edition, like maybe through your computer where it's a little bit easier, and you want to go to my website, and now officially have a website. It's internetexporadio.com. The link will be in the description. So if you're not interested in maybe listening to this podcast on a podcatcher, you would rather listen to it like on a website where it's a little bit easier, I do have them available on there now on the archived website. And there's a couple other things on there too. I have a store on there where you can check out some of the merch. And I also have a meme segment where you can read some of all the memes are original. They're all done by me. I don't just take people's memes and put them on my website. So if you want to check those out, you can do that as well. And I think that's all I've got to say about everything. So without all that said, let's get started. Video sharing catch up. So since we're doing things a little bit in a different order now, we're doing it where, like I said, we're going to do the main segment first. Today, I'm going to be talking about YouTube, but kind of in a different way. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about Youtooz, If you don't know what Youtooz are, I'll quickly explain. Youtooz are basically, if you've never heard of like pops or sodas, uh, or like collectible, kind of like toys, but they're collectible toys. Like a pop is like sort of like a bobblehead that's they take iconic characters and from movies, TV shows, and stuff like that, and make like little collectibles out of them. They do the same thing with sodas. The reason why they're called sodas is because they put them inside of a can, and that kind of looks like a soda can, and you pop the lid off, and then it has like a little toy or a collectible inside. Well, recently, about a couple years ago, a new company made this new collectible toy thing called Youtooz, where it takes social media stars or YouTube stars and makes toy versions of them or collectibles, and they have other stuff too. I'm going to show some, or I'm going to talk about some of those too, but I mostly wanted to focus on, like I said, the actual YouTubers and social media star collectibles. And so let's just dive in here. So we have Fourth Meme on here. He's a brand new one. These are not subscriptions, by the way. These are for sale individually. And some of them only have so many. Actually, I think all of them do. Only have so many like editions, limited editions of it. So if it's like a more popular YouTuber and you really want to buy like a collectible of them, you might want to hurry up and buy it quick. I think they're all available. They're all about $30. So, it can vary per toy, but essentially they're all about $30. So yeah. So if you want to buy one and you're interested, you got your eye on one, buy it as soon as possible, because you don't know when they might sell out or they're going to run out of time. Sometimes they're time limited. So we have Fourth Meme is on here. We have this one's a plushie, so I'm not going to talk about that one. But Oliver Tree, we got one of him. We got Oofy. Oofy, if you don't know who Oofy is, he is a YouTuber that does mostly Roblox gaming videos. I'll quickly read his description on here, because each one they have a little description of the actual YouTuber, and they even give you some pictures of what the actual Youtooz will look like, the Youtooz collectible. So this one, I actually really like the look of this one. It looks so cool. It's kind of like, it looks like a Roblox character, but they kind of stylized it like where he's got more standard clothes on there, and then it's got the Oofy, his name on his shirt, and I really like that. So it's kind of like he's wearing his own merch, but it's like the merch of the merch. It's kind of funny. And I think this was released just a couple of months ago, no, this one was released, I'm sorry, just a couple of weeks ago, back in June 25th. So this one is probably pretty close to selling out. Um, so like I said, if you wanted to buy one of Oofy, I would buy it soon. Like I said, his gaming channel. The description says, if you ever feel gloomy, put on a hoodie and be groovy like Oofy. Little heads, bigger heads. At the end of the day, we're all the same. Oof on. He stands 4.5 inches tall, wearing black and yellow sneakers, black pants, and a yellow baggy hoodie with print of Youtooz logo and his name. His head is a big yellow block and is seen smiling. His double weld window box is illustrated after a pixeled blocky world with forest house shown on a bright day. This collectible ships in a matte imposed protective outer layer sleeve. About Oofy himself, Oofy is a content creator on YouTube known for his gaming videos. He is known for his exclusive style of play, where everyone can join him at any time and reconcile yellow avatar. He has grown to millions of views since starting his channel in 2016. So he's a decently kind of a recent YouTuber, I guess you could say. This let's see. We got Juno Birch. And like I said, there are other characters here that are not YouTubers. Because here's one of Spyro the Dragon. You got Nasty Nork from the Spyro series, and we got Arthur, from the Arthur books and the TV show. We got, and then there's a couple of others. If I can scroll down here. That's a plushie, so I'm not going to talk about those. We got Soldier Boy. There also are singers and rappers on here as well. You can get one of Trollface here. Let's see here. We got one of Bob Ross. Implement. Some of these YouTubers I cannot pronounce their names, so you have to, if you know who they are and I'm pronouncing them wrong, you have to excuse me. Implement. And then we got Nightfall, Drumsy, I think is how you pronounce it. Return to Monkey, I'm Suda, Team Rar. Here's Brody Fox. If you don't know who Brody Fox is, he's like he does those your mama joke videos. He's pretty much been around on YouTube since YouTube has existed, essentially. So these are actually being shipped, I think, right now. This one's slightly taller, I guess, since he's an adult. This one came out toward the beginning of this year, and they're actually being released right now. He's so the description of the toy says he's a handsome host of Your Mama, the popular animated series that makes fun of your mother, the adopted son of Octavo and Sergeant Fox. Brody Fox grew up not knowing who his biological parents were. Little does Brody know his mysterious past will soon unlock ancient hidden secrets with Joe Mama series standing at a muscular 4.8 inches tall. Brody Fox is a handsome as he is as well-spoken. His skin is tanned, his hair is bright blonde. He wears a tight salmon-colored polo, collar popped, and white pants and khaki shoes. His stepping on a squished short mama. His double-walled window box is illustrated to show Brody's love for the outdoors, using his Branson around the exterior. So that's the Brody Fox one. And then let's see, here's some of the others. We got Joe Cool on here, Chad Tronic, and there, like I said, here's Popeye, because like I said, some of these are others. Crying Cat, which I think is a meme, and it usually tells you like whether it's an actual YouTuber. If you click on it, it'll tell you, like, if you're not sure what it's illustrating, if it's like a character from a show or if it's a YouTuber or what. So if you click on it, it'll explain it. Here's JC Callan, Mystic, Elena the Plug, Adam 22, Bob from Bob's Burgers, Gene, Lucy. Here's Banjo Kazooie, Brandon Rogers or Sam, Brandon Rogers' mom, Chris Ray Gunn, and then Trevor Wallace, Demetrius Johnson, mixtape author. Here's Buster from Author, Mega Man from the Mega Man series, Ramboski, Walter White from Breaking Bad. And they also have Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad, he's also on Better Call Saul, which is a prequel to Breaking Bad. Let's see, that one's a plush. Let's see, here's Chap. And here's Ken from Street Fighter, Keg Scully from Sea of Thieves. If I can scroll down, there was a couple more. Evil Luzu, I think is how you pronounce that. Darius Dabry, Marcus Dabry, and let's see. Here's Brody Animates. If you don't know who Brody Animates is, he's an animation channel, obviously. Says the description says, just try me, 200cc pineapple pizza enthusiast, impotent, all powerful being. Don't leave the figure in the dark. Brody animates is sealed at 4.4 inches tall, wearing red and white Heelys, white pants, and a blue shirt. He wears a red hat over his voluminous hair and holds a Sharpie in his hand. The pineapple in between his legs includes his eyes and his face drawn by Brody and symbolizes his love for pineapple on pizza. His double walled window box uses splash of dark red paint and deep blue canvas, symbolizing his maddening creative process. This collectible ships in a matte impossessed protective outer sleeve. It also gives a little description of his channel. It says Brody Botcher, I think is how you pronounce his last name, is known for his Brody Animates, is a Canadian content creator working with his animated videos. He is the best known for his cute animation style and funny storylines. So that's Brody Animates. And that's just about all of them. I'll quickly kind of scroll a little bit further down and mention a couple more. Here's Hanimations. He's animates like Roblox characters, I think. And let's see if I can scroll down a little bit and mention a few more here. Here's one of Meme, Dull and Dark, Shark Puppet, and I think that's just about it. Here's another one of Arthur, Joe Wheeler, Dat Boy, and Soft Wheelie, and yeah, I think that's just about it. So, like I said, these are not a subscription box like some of them are. You know, pops and sodas, a lot of those you can buy obviously individually, but they're also really well known for being available through subscription boxes, like what is that called, Mystery Grail, and there's various other subscriptions, and sometimes people I think can get them through Loot Crate. Are those available through Loot Crate? I'm not sure. And but I think they might be. But like I said, there is no subscription for these as of right now. That may change one day. But as of right now, they're only available individually. So if you want to go to their website, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. You could check it out. And like I said, if you get your eye on one that you want to purchase, make sure you purchase it as soon as possible, because especially if it's a more popular YouTuber, because they may sell out really quick, because some of these, like I said, are most of these are very limited, and once they sell out, they sell out. There's no guarantee of them ever coming back. So let's talk about YouTube's birthdays. I've missed doing this segment so much on the show. Like I said, it's been almost a month since I've done some of these segments, and this is one I've missed a lot. This is one of my favorite segments of the show, one of them. So today is, like I said, it's July 5th, the day after 4th, so happy late 4th of July for anybody who's, listening to this to actually today. Today is Aaron Cawthor's, the Aaron Cawthor show. He's turning 20 today, better known as Aaron Fox. He is known as Steve Starr, an American YouTuber who does skits, vlogs, and gaming videos. I could be pronouncing his last name all wrong. Carthurs? I have no idea. Started his YouTube channel on March 4th, 2018. Prior to this, he had some interest in the YouTube side of furry community after he watched a video made by the popular furry YouTuber Ford Foss, now Quartz Husky. Aaron's channel was featured once on a live stream. Did and even collaborated with him as well. By Marja Strawberry. Jeez Louise, I can't pronounce these names. In March 2020, he changed his channel name to After Hours with Steve Starr. Later on in June 2020, he changed his channel name again to Aaron Cawthor Show, and as far as I know, that's still the name of it right now. So he's turning 20 today. Like I said, happy birthday to Aaron. Let's see. It is Inside, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's turning 20 today. He's an American singer-songwriter. He he first got recognized as a user on SoundCloud, and then he had a single that he released, I guess, on YouTube. Doesn't say. But anyway, happy birthday to him. Hold on just one second. All right, it is King Husker's birthday today, or TKH, I guess. He's a Canadian YouTuber and gamer who is known for his gaming and entertainment videos on YouTube. So happy birthday to the king, apparently. It is Jennifer Fix's birthday today, turning 24. Is an American YouTuber who primarily uploads beauty challenge videos, often while drunk or on alcohol or high on cannabis. Cannabis? I don't know what those are. She also uploads beauty product reviews and tutorial vlogs and mukbang videos. So happy birthday to Jennifer. It is Nightscape's birthday today. He's turning 24. He's an English YouTuber from London, England. His content mostly urban exploring, such as climbing tall buildings, etc., etc. So he's like a vlog channel that likes to, go travel a lot in nature, I guess you could say. It is Jeff Saxton's vlog's birthday today. He's turning 25. He is a American YouTuber who was born in Toms River, New Jersey. He previously lived in Glassboro, New Jersey, but is currently living in Forked River. His second channel named Swift UAV, he posts mostly Call of Duty content, less related to his main channel. Jeff got his big break on YouTube when another YouTuber known as McJaggerNuggets crashed his $500 DJI Phantom 3 drone. He gained over 30,000 subscribers from that video alone. Nice. So happy birthday, Jeff. It is Red Falcon's birthday today. He is turning 24. He is, let's see. He's an American gaming YouTuber, prominently plays Nintendo games such as Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, Mario Kart Wii, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. While playing these games, he might attempt speedruns such as Hooktail Pit and TTYD. He will try mods by other creators like those made by Moro for 3D World. The videos on his channel consist of edited streams, highlights, and offline recorded videos. Notably, if blank the video ends series, his style is comedic and incorporates silly noises during difficult close call gameplay moments. So yeah, nice. Happy birthday, Red Falcon. It is Jamie Pine's birthday today. He is turning 26. He is an English YouTuber, filmmaker, programmer, and Twitch streamer. He is known for creating Notify.me. So, Notify Me. Huh? So, I guess because he's a programmer. So, happy birthday, Jamie. It is Pluma. I have no idea to pronounce her name. She is turning 25 today. She is an English gaming YouTuber, specializes in the Sims franchise. Nice. It is MXR Mod's birthday today, turning 26. It's better known online as MXR Mods. He's an American YouTuber, mod reviewer, vlogger, and gamer. Yeah, so happy birthday to him. It is, if I can pronounce this correctly, it is Vixella's birthday today. She's turning 27. She's an American YouTuber, social media star, singer, instrumentalist, musician, author and streamer, best known for her Minecraft Stardew Valley and variety of Sims 4 content. She was also a member of now defunct SMP Live very briefly. So happy birthday to her. It is EMS Arcade's birthday today. She is turning 28. She is a American gaming commenter, occasional vlogger, and is a Cinnamon Toast Ken's current video editor. Oh, she edits his videos, okay, or her videos. I'm not sure. Well, I'm assuming it's a him since it says Ken's, but she is from Boston, Massachusetts. Let's see. It is the Piano Guy's birthday today. I don't know if these people count as YouTubers though, since they are musicians mostly. Cause like, see, the rule I play on this is like, if you're a musician first and then you just kind of use YouTube as your medium, I don't really count you as a actual YouTuber. You just like upload your videos to YouTube. To me, there's kind of a difference. But anyway, we'll mention it since I've already started it. So it's their birthday today. Let's see. They joined back in March 25th, 2008. So they've been on YouTube for a while. So, and then let's see. It is also DOCM77's birthday today. He's turning 44. Better known online as he is a German gaming YouTuber from. I'm not even going to going to try to pronounce the name of that city, but he's from Germany. He is a member of the Hermitcraft server and former member of the Mindcrack server. He and his friends follow YouTuber Ethoslab, I think is how you pronounce that. And finally, it is Vile's birthday today. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's see. A YouTuber known for his names, commentary, subscriber battles, controversies. He formerly uploaded a bar chart data visualization and subscriber milestone video. He is mostly active on Twitter and YouTube. It doesn't say how old he is, so I guess we'll skip over that. But that's the last birthday today, so happy birthday to all the YouTubers. So in news today, we got TikTok allows users to post 3-minute videos up from previous 60 seconds. So it used to only be 1 minute. So apparently they basically tripled the time. So now it's going to be 3 minutes. It says TikTok, the most popular short video platform, will allow all of its users to post content up to 3 minutes in length compared to with the previous 60 seconds. The company said on Friday some of you might have come across longer video on TikTok already. Would have been letting creators around the world experiment with an expanding format to give more time to show off the likes of cooking demos, beauty tutorials, educational lesson plans, and comedic sketches. Product manager Drew Kirchhoff said that he is said in its announcement the experimental program has been reported since at least December last year. Over coming weeks, we'll be rolling out the option to create longer videos for everyone on TikTok, giving our global community flexibility to film, upload, and edit videos up to 3 minutes in length directly within TikTok. Once already, you'll get notifications that longer videos are now part of your creative toolbox, Kirchhoff said. With all the ways the community has refined expression in under 60 seconds, we're excited to see how people continue to entertain and inspire with a few more seconds and the world creative possibilities. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what it's about. The interesting thing about this is TikTok. We all know that TikTok is extremely popular and very popular social media site, video sharing site. And like I said, now that they're tripling the time to 3 minutes, that's a pretty good jump. It reminds me of the, if you think back to the early days of YouTube, and yeah, I know that comparing TikTok to YouTube is kind of like comparing apples to oranges here, but just hear me out a second. if you think back to the early days of YouTube, most YouTube videos were only like 3 minutes long. There were some that sometimes I would come across that were longer, and sometimes there were some that were shorter, but the average time was like 2 to 3 minutes long, especially if they were comedy sketches. That was just seemed to be like the sweet spot at that time. Now things have changed a lot on YouTube because of the whole monetization thing. A lot of people, to get their ads and stuff on there, they want to try to shoot for that 10-minute time frame. But and now it's kind of gotten even longer. But back in those days, it was 2 to 3 minutes long, and it's like, I feel sometimes like TikTok is kind of like YouTube, 15 years ago. Um, uh, 12 to 13, 15 years ago. If I got my math correctly. And the reason why I say that is because now that they're extending it to 3 minutes, it makes me wonder if a few years down the road, if they'll extend it even longer, maybe go to 5 or 6 minutes. Because, like I said, 3 minutes is a pretty good. I was like, how many comedy sketches or pretty practically full-length videos you can do within just 3 minutes, especially, internet friendly wise. Obviously, you can't do a full all-out type video like you could do on YouTube, but internet wise, there are so many comedy sketches and stuff like that you could easily squeeze into a 3 minute time frame. It really wouldn't be that hard. Like, I could probably film a full comedy sketch, like with a story and everything, and squeeze it now into a TikTok time frame video, which is crazy to think about, that a short video site, you can now do stuff like that. It really makes me wonder where things are going to go from here. Like I said, are they going to extend the time even longer? Maybe years from now, they might push it to maybe 5 minutes, possibly even 6 minutes. I'm like, once they go up that long, as popular as TikTok is, it makes me wonder if at some point in the future, not right now, because like I said, 3 minutes isn't really enough to compare. But in the future, if they do add more time, it makes me wonder if one day TikTok may become a actual direct competitor to YouTube, and not just right now it's kind of more of an indirect competitor, because a lot of people on YouTube also use TikTok and vice versa. And then there's the people that don't, they only use one or the other, they don't use both. And so it makes me wonder if one day like TikTok could potentially be an actual threat to YouTube. Just makes me wonder. So kind of an interesting thing to think about. Like I said, this prediction could be completely wrong. Who knows? They may just stick with the 3 minutes for years and years from now. But it just kind of makes me wonder. So yeah, that's all I got. But that's all for internet news today. It's time now for the most fantastic memes on the internet. They're fantastic memes, so fantastic. They're meme-tastic. So now we're moving on to probably my favorite segment of the show, which is meme-tastic. I've missed doing this part of the show so much, but now we're back. We're back to standard here. So this first meme says, thanks for the new Snapchat update. You can now see your friends don't invite you somewhere when your friends don't invite you somewhere. Yeah, because it shows all her friends like hanging out, I guess, I'm assuming at a bar or a club or something, and she's just like still at her house. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably my life in a nutshell. So, but in my friend's defense, it's like a lot of times I'm not really interested in going a lot of places because I'm kind of a hermit. I like to stay at home and just chill at the house and play video games. This next meme says, I don't know why Vin Diesel is everywhere, and at this point I'm afraid to ask. Yeah, because it's like in the meme world right now, it's like Vin Diesel is like the go-to like meme thing right now. So yeah. This one has Squidward standing over the grave meme. It says, I miss you, puts the flowers down, and then it shows a picture of the dancing duck. We all know the dancing duck meme with the backwards hat on. And it's like, it's basically saying officially that meme is kind of coming to a close. It's being put to a rest. This next meme says, porn title, I'm screwing this all up. Porn title, it says no, I cannot speak today. MLIF, I'll just spell it out. Fuck's teenager. And it says then it shows the teenager, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty much like a middle-aged man dressed as like a little kid. It's just like, I see that, it's not quite that extreme, but yeah, it is pretty bad. It's just like, it's like it'll show like, teens, and then you'll see the people, and it's obviously like middle-aged people like just dressed as teens, which is hilarious. This next meme says, most people didn't know there are multiple images of this guy. Change my mind. Yeah, this changed my mind guy. This is the part of the podcast where we talk about YouTube commenters, the meanest people in the entire world. They slither out of their bitter graves to come and attack on YouTubers when YouTube commenters attack. So this is on the YouTube commenters attack. I'm basically just going to put these back to back now. It may feel a little weird having YouTube commenters attack just take place directly right after Meme-tastic, but like I said, the show's been organized a little differently now. It may not always stay this way, but this is, like I said, just me trying new things, and so this is just kind of the way it is right now. So this first comment says, this is from a Rihanna video, I think, where they slowed the video down. And it says, this beat hits harder than my mom's sandals. That's true, though. It's like, what is it about moms, like parents and stuff, like they always have to click, 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 the way they walk. I'm like, geez Louise. This is from a Beethoven video. And it says, please come to Toronto. I'm your biggest fan. And someone replied and said, Beethoven is dead. Yeah, I think that was supposed to be a sarcastic comment. This one is also a Beethoven video, and it says, I'm deeply offended by the way I am portrayed, because someone is with the username Beethoven. And someone replied and said, are you still decomposing? And then someone replied after that and says, how's death? I'm like, yeah. Let's see. This one comment says, at this point, I know all about rolling down in the deep. Yeah. What you know about rolling down in the deep till your brain goes numb. Okay, I'll stop. So that's pretty much it for the show, the main segment of the show. This would be pretty much the point of the show where everything would stop. It would come to a close. But now that, like I said, I mentioned at the beginning of the show, the podcast, we now have a new segment, which is going to be the esports segment. So if you're not interested in esports at all, this is basically where the show will probably come to a close for you. You will listen up to this point. This is why I saved it for last. But if you are interested, and you might want to listen to this part as well. I want to clarify that this is not me giving a play-by-play of every single competition of all the esports. I'm basically just hitting the highlights. I'll talk about specific matches. I'll talk about specific, things going on with scores and stuff like that. But beyond that, it's not like me trying to give you a play-by-play of everything going on in the esports world. It's basically just giving you the highlights, I guess you could say. And then so that's pretty much how it's going to work. And if you're one of those people that maybe you're only interested in esports, maybe you're not interested in any other part of the show, you can go ahead and skip ahead to this part of the show if you desire. So it's almost kind of like the podcast is now split in half, I guess you could almost say, which is a little awkward. So it's kind of like the first half of the show is all about, the internet community, and then the second half is part about esports. I wanted to add esports into the show, though, because I felt like it was kind of part of the internet community. Because on radio talk shows, a lot of times they'll have like a sports section, but it's more traditional sports. It's like basketball, football, soccer, etc., etc. And so I wanted to do an esports segment of the show, because I felt like it belonged in a show kind of like this, that is taking the concept of a real world talk show and making it more about the internet. So I felt like it fit really well. Like I said, it was something I wanted to do for a long time. It's just taken me so long to get around to preparing and getting everything organized. But that, and kind of deciding how I wanted to do everything too. I was like, do I want to go into details or do I want to just hit the highlights? Pretty much, like I said, I'm just going to hit the highlights. Mostly with my favorites. My favorites are Counter Strike Global, and I like Rocket League, and but I like Counter Strike Global is probably my favorite. But I'm also uh, into the Call of Duty League, and so I will talk about some of those as well. And so let's talk about some of the matches today. Um, we have X Marlin versus No Org. So in the first part of the game, it's overpass. In the overpass, X Marlin takes advantage of overpass. The final score being 18-22 in X Marlin's favor. But No Org makes a comeback though. The owner, one of the players in X Marlin, does makes a comeback where it looks like they hit a tie for a while. It was 8-8, but owner, one of the players on X Marlin, does a sweet kill on Luckster. I think that's how you pronounce it. Some of these people have weird usernames, so you'll have to forgive me on some of these people. And you know I'm notorious for mispronouncing names anyway. Which ties the score. Like I said, it brings it 8-8. It was at 8-7. Brings it up to 8-8. Owner practically owned the first part of this game, pun intended. But things changed a little bit in the later half, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So it says No Org made a slight comeback in round 26, though, in the nuke round, because they bring it in the second round nuke. I'm screwing this all up because I'm new at this. You'll have to bear with me here. Round 26 with the score bringing it up a tie again, 13-13, evening the score again. But No Org takes the lead on round 28, bringing the score up to 13-14. X Marlin not out for good, though. They even the score again at 15-15, pushed it into overtime. X Marlin gets a little sloppy in the overtime round, though, making the final round 19-15 in No Org's favor. So yeah, No Org takes the lead, but then pushes them to the final round. Final round though, X Marlian does come up on top again though, with the final score being 12-16. X Marlian. It was a close call at the very end though. They almost got pushed to where No Org could have had a chance to possibly tie, push him into OT for the third time in a row in the game. But in the end, like I said, X Marlian came out on top. They pushed through. There was nothing else that No Org could do. They didn't even make it. I think they made it to round 29. X Marlian came out on top. There was nothing, like I said, more that No Org could do. Final score being 12-16 on the final round. I believe it was. But yeah, so that was in favor of that. Other scores on Counter Strike Global as of now for the day. Let's see, live scores. We got D Double Pony is 12. Double Pony versus Fate. It's 12-2 right now in the favor of Double Pony. We got NXT. I cannot seem to speak today for some reason. NXT versus Scott or Skade, 11-8 in the favor of NXT. We got, like I said, we already talked about No Org versus X Marley, they just now finished that one with 12-16 in the favor of X Marley. We got Singularity versus Tricked, 8-16 in the favor of Tricked. And Counter-Strike Global upcoming matches today. If you just happen to listen to this in the earlier part of the day and you want to check out some more, we got Sharks versus Mad Lions, Saw versus Movie Star Riders, Endpoint versus MIBR, AAB versus Manasonic, Pact versus Enterprise, SCOD versus One Win, EC versus Pepsi, I think is how you pronounce that. Cold Ass Riding versus Headshot Kings, and I think that's it for esports today. So, like I said, which comes conclusion of the podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed the esports segment. Like I said, I'm brand new to this, so I'm still definitely learning, that's for sure. It's I need a little bit more practice on that, but I'm going to try to, push forward and try to do a little bit better as time goes on. It's just something I'm still learning. So hopefully you enjoyed today's podcast. I think that's it for today. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to continue on, doing the standard podcast. Like I said, we're back on track now. I think this actually might be our official second month doing the podcast, which is cool. Never knew how long I was actually going to keep up with doing this podcast. When I first started it, I was just like, might only do it a couple weeks. I wanted to do it every day, and I wanted it to be a podcast that went on and on and on for years. But I was just like, I always wonder, I'm like, is this going to be something I only do for a couple of days and then I give up? But nope, going 2 months strong, and I have no intention on quitting anytime soon. In fact, I just keep coming up with more and more ideas on stuff that I want to do for the podcast and different ways I want to improve the podcast. And I guess that's it for today. So thanks for listening. I am Kevin Emery. This is Internet Exposition, and I'm out. Oh, by the way, all my other social media links are in the description below. I'm not going to mention at the end of every single podcast each individual one like I always do. I just kind of did that at first, but now, like I said, they're all in the description. You can check them all out in there. Like I said, it's got my YouTube and everything on there. So, yeah, thanks for listening.